Most people become poorer every time they get a raise. They earn more and immediately increase their lifestyle. Bigger car, better phone, nicer apartment. More subscriptions. Here's the dangerous part. Lifestyle inflation doesn't feel like failure. It feels like progress. Most people think earning more automatically means living better. They assume that higher income instantly brings comfort, luxury, and social status. They upgrade cars, phones, houses, clothes, and lifestyles the moment their paycheck grows, unaware that lifestyle inflation silently destroys wealth. Every new expense feels small at first, almost harmless, but over time, it quietly consumes all the financial progress you've worked for, every dollar, every effort. Money may grow in numbers, but habits grow faster, and without discipline, increased income becomes increased burden. Many men work harder, earn more, and yet feel trapped, never advancing because lifestyle inflation eats everything they earn. They look richer on paper, but in reality, freedom, options, and control remain limited. The more you earn without strategy, the more the trap tightens around your life, disguising stress, obligations, and anxiety as success. Lifestyle inflation is subtle, deceptive, and relentless. It creeps into daily life through subscriptions, gadgets, fancy dining, appearances, and social pressure. It disguises itself as reward, progress, or achievement, but in truth, it erodes freedom, autonomy, and opportunity. You can earn 10 times more than someone else, yet be poorer if your spending grows at the same pace. The trap remains invisible until debt, obligations, and stress emerge suddenly, choking your time and energy. People assume saving alone is enough, but without conscious limits, every raise, bonus, or windfall disappears almost instantly into upgraded habits. Income increases, but so does expectation. Every upgrade becomes the new normal, and the cycle repeats, faster and stronger. For example, imagine you get a $12,000 raise. Instead of investing it, you upgrade your car by $300 per month. That's $3,600 per year. If that $3,600 had been invested at 8% annually for 20 years, it would grow to over $180,000. One upgrade. Nearly $200,000 gone not from an emergency, but from lifestyle creep. The richer you appear, the tighter the chains become if your habits follow. The first step to escape lifestyle inflation is awareness. You must audit every expense, identify what is essential versus what is habitual indulgence. Track your money not to restrict life, but to create clarity, insight, and control over your decisions. Understanding where every dollar goes allows you to decide which upgrades genuinely serve long-term goals and which satisfy fleeting desire. Without awareness, even the most disciplined man can fall victim to incremental spending increases disguised as improvement. Awareness is the lens through which opportunity and freedom are revealed. When you see clearly, the trap becomes visible, and the first step toward escaping it begins. The second step is restraint. Restraint does not mean depriving yourself of comfort. It means prioritizing long-term freedom over momentary satisfaction. You must learn to say no to unnecessary upgrades, expensive luxuries, and status symbols that provide fleeting pleasure but no enduring value. This is difficult because society celebrates consumption, reward, and display. Every advertisement, social post, or peer comparison pushes you to spend, to upgrade, to keep up. And this isn't accidental. Banks profit when you finance upgrades. Corporations rely on you increasing consumption. Advertising is engineered to make your current life feel insufficient. The system benefits when your lifestyle grows faster than your wealth. But every dollar you avoid spending on lifestyle creep is a dollar that compounds, grows, and empowers your future self. Discipline in spending today becomes leverage, opportunity, and freedom tomorrow. The fastest way to feel rich is to increase income. The fastest way to become rich is to freeze your lifestyle. Restraint is a weapon against the invisible forces that rob you of choice, control, and independence. The third step is intentional allocation. Every raise, bonus, or windfall should be directed with purpose beyond mere consumption. Allocate funds to assets that grow, investments that multiply, and personal development that compounds knowledge, skill, and influence. Let your money work rather than you working to sustain fleeting lifestyle impressions. Assets and skills are permanent. Indulgence is temporary. Choosing wisely means thinking decades ahead, ensuring that your standard of living rises without enslaving you to habits that trap your time and energy. Every dollar placed intentionally strengthens options, builds freedom, and multiplies opportunity in ways luxury cannot. Another critical strategy is to define your baseline lifestyle. Decide what level of comfort is sufficient and stick to it, regardless of income increases. Every lifestyle upgrade increases your monthly burn rate. And the higher your burn rate, the harder it is to walk away from a job, a business, or a bad situation. Lifestyle determines how trapped you are. Avoid comparing yourself to peers, media, or neighbors. External pressure is the greatest driver of lifestyle creep. Create a lifestyle that serves long-term goals, not temporary validation or social applause. Once baseline is defined, every raise, bonus, or windfall becomes optional fuel for growth, investment, and freedom rather than stress, debt, or dependency. The baseline becomes a foundation, a protective wall that keeps lifestyle inflation from creeping in unnoticed. Automate growth and investments before increasing lifestyle. Raises are for assets, not upgrades. Increase savings, contributions, and investments as income rises before spending increases. This flips the typical pattern most people spend first. Invest what is left. Build systems where your future self is prioritized over present impulses. Automation removes temptation, enforces discipline, and ensures that wealth compounds quietly, consistently, and powerfully. Every dollar that flows into assets or skill building is multiplied over time. Every step you take today prepares decades of freedom, opportunity, and independence. Mindset is the final and most critical tool in defeating lifestyle inflation. Understand that it is a mental trap, not a financial inevitability. Recognize that temporary pleasure, status, and comparison rarely deliver lasting fulfillment. True wealth comes from freedom, flexibility, and control, not material displays of wealth. Wealth is not defined by what you show others, but by what you keep, grow, and use strategically to build influence, opportunity, and independence. Every dollar saved from lifestyle creep strengthens autonomy, creates options, and multiplies opportunity exponentially. Your mind controls habits, habits control wealth, and wealth controls freedom. Escaping lifestyle inflation is not easy. It requires awareness, restraint, intentional allocation, baseline definition, automation, and a disciplined mindset. But the results are profound. You stop being a slave to income, appearances, and comparison. You start controlling money, growing wealth, and building freedom. Raises and bonuses transform into compounding assets instead of compounding habits. Every increase in income becomes leverage, not liability. Every step builds stability, power, and choice. Every conscious decision frees time, multiplies opportunity, and protects independence. Men who master lifestyle inflation gain clarity, independence, and options that most never see. They live below their means intentionally, invest above expectations consistently, and scale freedom faster than income rises. They work once but leverage repeatedly, building a life where money serves, not enslaves. Lifestyle inflation is defeated not by earning less, but by thinking strategically, acting intentionally, and valuing freedom over temporary status, luxury, and appearances. They control habits, control wealth, and ultimately control life. They become men who dictate circumstances rather than being dictated to by their desires, peers, or society. If people can see your wealth, you probably don't have much of it. Those who escape lifestyle inflation experience compounding results across all areas of life. Savings grow silently into wealth, investments multiply, and disciplined habits become unstoppable engines of opportunity. Freedom is no longer a dream, it becomes a consistent reality. Every paycheck becomes a tool, every dollar a soldier in building independence. Choices increase, options expand, and stress diminishes. Life transforms from reaction to strategy, from chaos to clarity, from limitation to expansion. Controlling lifestyle inflation is controlling destiny.